happy travelers, welcome to the beautiful city of San Diego. Kevin and I are spending one day here as we don't have very much time, but we're going to try to hit as many awesome things to do in this beautiful city as we possibly can. Our first stop is Mission Beach, which is a fantastic beach in San Diego. It's very family friendly and there's a ton to do here, including the boardwalk and also Belmont Park, which is a very cool and classic, also historic amusement park. So Belmont Park actually opened in 1925. It has not been continuously open since then. My mom actually lived in San Diego in the 70s, and she said this whole place was abandoned. So since the 70s, it has obviously been revived, and the one big draw is the Giant Dipper roller coaster, which is a wooden roller coaster that was built in 1925, so it is 99 years old. I have been on it before and it definitely feels like a 99-year-old roller coaster. It's a little rough. If you have neck and back issues, probably not. But just to say you've been on it, you might want to go on it once. It is hot today, so we decided to get an ice cream cone, and this is beautiful. Strawberry cheesecake. One of the best amusement park snacks you can get.
You can buy a season pass here or an unlimited day pass for the rides, but you can also just buy a single ride. We just picked up a couple tickets, just single rides. It's not cheap, but parking is free and admission is free here, so you do have to pay a little extra for the rides, but it's okay. Whoa!
And there's also a huge historic public pool. There's an inflatable obstacle course, and if you don't want to go to the beach and get sand all over you, you can go to the pool. Now we're in the Ocean Beach neighborhood, which is a little more beach bungalow-y, hippie-ish, kind of grittier, I guess, than Mission Beach. But we're going to an Italian deli called Poma's, which has the best meatball subs on the planet. All right, you got it? Have some heft.
Yeah, I got it. That's a good meatball.
That's a good meatball. That's a good meatball.
The bread is unreal. Did you get one or are they supposed to make? Just 5 minutes away from Ocean Beach is Sunset Cliffs, which is obviously a great place to watch the sunset, but it's great any time of day. It's a nice coastal drive along these really cool cliffs. Great area, coastline to explore. You can walk down and check out a couple little sea caves and some secret beaches and stuff. It's a nice spot.
I actually lived in San Diego for a year. I went to school at a very expensive private university, and I used to come to the Sunset Cliffs to just kind of reflect on my life when I lived here. It's a great place to do that.
If you do come here though, just be careful. The cliffs are a little unstable and you'll see signs like this all over the place. So make sure you watch your step if you're exploring.
A bit further down the coast, our next stop is Cabrillo National Monument, which is on Point Loma. Now, we're basically surrounded by naval base here, which is pretty interesting. And also this monument is named after Juan Cabrillo, who was the first European in the 1500s to set foot on the west coast of the United States. Now, this is a national monument, so our American the Beautiful pass got us in, but otherwise it would be $20 for a vehicle.
So from this area, you're gonna get some really nice views of the skyline of San Diego, and you can also see North Island Naval Base, which is where Top Gun, the movie, was based off of.
I feel the need for speed.
You'll also hear a bunch of different military, like helicopters and airplanes flying overhead, just because we're so close to the naval base. Actually, there's two naval bases. There's one on Point Loma, and then there's one right across the bay. So huge military presence here in San Diego, especially the Navy. I think there's some right over there, or they might be birds. Military birds. There's also a historic lighthouse here. Unfortunately, they're doing some renovations on that right now, so we weren't able to go inside and check it out. This is filmed in August of 2024, so hopefully by the end of this month, they'll finish everything up and open it back up to the public. This area was also significant in World War II. They had some coastal defenses, so you can actually go see some of the old World War II buildings and a few bunkers that are still left behind. Great for all you history nerds. If you've been following us for a while, you know I geek out on any historical abandoned structures, so.
So now we've come across the San Diego Bay from where we were last. This is the Embarcadero. It's kind of the San Diego harbor waterfront. Behind me is the USS Midway, which is a decommissioned aircraft carrier that you can go on and explore. It's a museum now. As you can see on the deck, it's got all kinds of historic aircraft on it. It's really cool. I've actually done it before, and just for time, we're not going to visit it today. There's a bunch of other things along the waterfront we want to see. The USS Midway costs $32 a person, and it closes at 5 p.m.
There's also this really iconic statue behind me called Unconditional Surrender. It's a Navy sailor that is kissing a nurse, modeled after the very famous photograph. You've probably seen it. Apparently that happened on VE Day when they came back to New York Harbor, but they made a big statue here. This thing's gotta be like 25 feet tall, and it sits right in front of the Midway. Pretty cool. I didn't even know this was here. I knew the Midway was here, but I had no idea that this was here. Right next to the Midway is the Fish Market, which is a restaurant that is right on the water, and it just happened to be happy hour, so we impulsively stopped in to get a couple drinks and a few things to eat. Any opportunity you can get to dine right on the water, good idea.
So at the other end of the Embarcadero, you have the San Diego Maritime Museum, which the first thing you see when you come up here is the Star of India, which is a huge sailing ship, which is really cool. It was built in 1863. It is the oldest iron-hulled sailing ship in the world. It closed at 5 o'clock, so we can't go in there. And there are a bunch of other ships to explore. So if you're into boats, this is the place for you.
Even though this area is closed right now, you can still walk around and see all the different boats. There's like another boat that looks like this, looks like a pirate ship. It looks like there is a submarine, an old steamship. So we'll do a quick walk around and see those before we head out.
Next up, we have San Diego's Old Town, which is a state historic park, and it pretty much harkens back to San Diego's old days, so there's a ton of history and a ton of homage to Mexican heritage because this was originally part of Mexico.
San Diego became California's first Spanish settlement when a mission and fort were established here in 1769. There's a core of original historic buildings here, including 5 original adobe buildings. A lot of them have been turned into museums and different shops now. There is also a hotel which you can actually stay the night, which is pretty cool. We stopped into the little restaurant at the hotel and had a quick bite to eat. If you time your visit just right, you'll be able to hit a couple different events here. Sometimes they do like wine tasting or like little festivals where there's different vendors that come and show up. So it's a cool place to come and check out. There always seems to be something going on here.
Also a good spot to get some Mexican food in San Diego, which in itself is a good spot to get Mexican food, but particularly here in Old Town. One day is definitely not enough to spend in San Diego.
No, there's still so many things that we wanted to do today that we're just not going to get to. Some other great things to do if you have time in San Diego, go to the Gas Lamp District. There's a lot of really great dining options and some really cool bars down there. You can also go to Coronado Island.
There's a really historic hotel there, the Hotel del Coronado, which is totally famous. And they also have great beaches and a really cute downtown as well. And of course, there are the San Diego Zoo and the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, which will take up an entire day in their own.
Oh yeah.
And SeaWorld too. We forgot about SeaWorld if you want to go there.
Plenty of things to do, but hopefully you like this video. Be sure to hit us up in the comments if you have any questions and we'll do our best to answer.
Until our next video, this is Kelly and Kevin from the Awkward Tourists. Peace out. Behind me is the USS Midway.
Captain.
Got a little captain in me.